Hi, I'm B, and today I'm asking a very important question. Why do I have so many tiny knitted hats? Specifically, an entire bag of them. So, tiny hat? Yeah, put that there. So many and so small, and also a lot of them look like boobs. Not this one, but tiny little hat, tiny little hat, tiny little hat, tiny little dog. I have an entire bag of these. And so I feel like anyone who was into knitting, and particularly knitting for charity in the early 90s, is going to know why I've got so many of these little hats. Innocent Smoothie, no idea if they were a thing outside the UK, did a call out for little hats, and they asked people to knit them and send them in, and then they would pop them on the Innocent Smoothie bottles at Christmas. And if someone bought one of these little hats, they would know that 20p from every bottle of an Innocent Smoothie with a little hat on it would be donated to Age Concern, which is a charity that supports old people in the UK here. So, as someone with squirrel ran by. As someone with a lot of wool and a lot of, desire to help and stuff, but mainly a lot of wool, I thought, what a brilliant way to use up all of my spare wool. So, and this little blue one, this isn't at all to critique anyone who sent in hats for this. I sent in hats. I sent in hundreds of hats because I had all these random balls of wool that I was trying to use up, and I just thought, brilliant. Knit loads of little hats. It's a really easy, really quick project. Dark blue one. Since that time, my understanding of the kind of charity work and gift giving I want to do has evolved. I have become a lot more cynical about anything that involves people putting time and money into a craft that a corporation ultimately profits from. Because you could say 20p, but these little hats, at one point people were going nuts for them. People were more likely to buy a smoothie if it had this little hat on for Christmas. Incredibly clever idea, but basically we were all out there knitting and crafting away on these little hats. If you're an emo, I guess. Little hat. And it was just boosting sales for this private company. And I actually once worked at the Innocent Smoothie Christmas party as a waitress. And I can tell you, those guys had too much money. The amount of money that went on that Christmas party, and was definitely the messiest party I catered. And I was doing loads of different events, and that Christmas party was a lot. Arguably could have been giving more to charity at that point as well. But basically, yeah, if the call came out now to do crafting for a corporation, I just wouldn't do it. It would just be yeah, okay, cute idea. Having worked in marketing, can definitely see why this is successful, but no, absolutely not for me. If I'm going to do crafting for charity, I'm going to do preemie hats for premature babies in hospitals. I'm going to do blankets for my local vets. I did the Secret Santa near me, where it was local kids who weren't going to get many presents for Christmas could ask for presents, and a lot of them were asking for warm clothing, and I knitted some hats and scarves and stuff, as well as buying them actual warm clothing as well, just to be clear. That's the kind of stuff I'm doing now. Back in the day, I thought this was cute. It was cute. I did it. The thing is, I just kept doing it. And at some point, I forgot to send in the latest batch, and then I moved house, and I just started working on other things. And now I'm looking at moving house again, and I've pulled out this massive bag full of hats that I didn't send in. And I'm not even sure if they're still doing this. I never see the Christmas hats on the Innocent Smoothies anymore. I mean, I could just send it in and just be deal with it, but I feel then all of these little hats are going to be landfill, which I don't want to happen. It's a lot of wool, but it's also, it's my old wool. I don't know what I would use this wool for now if I was to unpick them all, especially as a lot of them are this one where I've already attached a little pom-pom. All the ones that don't have a pom-pom, I was going to attach a pom-pom, so it's clearly a little winter hat. So even if I was to unravel it, that's a tiny bit of wool I'm getting back that I'm probably not using in anything else. Like, I have all these hats. I don't think that they're doing it anymore. Like, I don't think if I sent it in, the charity would get the money. So what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd count, like, this bag is still full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count them all up to see how many I have. And then I'm going to try and come up with some ideas for what I can do instead, particularly for the ones that have already got a little pom-pom on. And I do not want to dismantle them, but I also don't want them to be like, I don't know what I want with them. I don't want them to be landfill. I would like them to do some kind of good in some way. Let's just see what we're working with first. So I've counted 51 so far. And that was just what I pulled out of the bag while chatting before. Also, some of them are massive. Like, I don't know what kind of innocent smoothie bowl that's fitting on. Okay, so some highlights. So I've got 70 so far. Found this colourful little guy. Also, I just love this hat. Like, I would wear this hat if this was normal size. And randomly found a little jumper. I love that I did this. I have no memory at all of what it was for or why I did it, but that's there as well. We're at 90. I think part of the reason I had all this wool was a mate of my mum's had passed on a lot of really old, like, beautiful 1970s and 80s mohair, which now I would knit up in a minute, but at the time I guess I just didn't know what to do with it. So there's all these amazing ones where it's like flecked with these different colours and tinsel going through it, and I'm just like, what? I get why I did this, but why did I do this? I've got 105 of these hats, all with the ends sewn in as well. So it's not a simple unpicking situation. I don't know what to do with them. I'm gonna do some research, and off the top of my head I'm thinking, can I turn some of them into like little catnip toys? Can I turn some of them into a little Christmas garland, maybe? I mean, or a little boob garland. String them along. If you have any suggestions for me of what I can do with all of these hats, please let me know, because I have 105 hats and no idea what's going on. Like, subscribe, comment what you think I should do with the hats, just do whatever you want.